have a special interview live this time instead of up on the screen, so I'm going to invite Elton to come forward. I was thinking about our stewardship campaign. I'm just going to preface as we wait for him to come and join me. Oh, yes, the microphone. As we wait for him to come and join me, as I was thinking about our stewardship campaign, this idea or this theme of because of you, our church changes lives, my first thought was we learn more from each other and our stories and sharing our experiences. Even as Janie started us off with our testimonies last week, sharing her experience with a pastor who showed up, who was fully present, offered something that she never expected but still has today, and physically holds on to remember that moment where pastoral care was offered to her. And she even said that pastoral care can be happening with everyone. So today I wanted to invite someone to share a little bit about themselves with another testimony. Do we have this on?
I will turn it on.
Yeah. Introduce yourself for us.
Well, those of you who don't know me, I'm Elton Anderson.
Hold it a little closer to you.
And I'm pleased to come and interview this time with Pastor. Most of you know me, and I have one title, and that's lay leader. But I have some other things other roles that I play here, and they go all the way from filling in at Coffee Fellowship today.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we have Coffee Fellowship today.
And and every Thursday I'm here to clean the toilets. And so, I do have a title for that, but I'm not going to repeat it here.
I don't want to repeat the toilet title. What is it? Headmaster.
Headmaster, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You also do a number of other things. You're the UMM coordinator, the United Methodist Men, right?
Well, yes, I put that together too for United Methodist Men. We meet once a month, and so I remind them, and the men of the church get together on every third Friday morning at Mama's. Yeah, well, anyway, there are places to fill out, and I'm not the only one. I look over here and I see all the wonderful people who participate, from the sound booth to the cameras to the sitting in the chairs today that really make this church real for me.
Yeah.
And anything I can do to help that way, I'll try to step in and do it.
Yeah. And what you might not have heard was Carolyn Stock up here saying he also helped a lot with the patio. So he's done quite a bit. And especially for those of you at home, if you haven't met Elton, he's done quite a bit for our church. I'm glad I could have you here today and sharing a little bit about who you are and what you've experienced on behalf of the church. My first question for you is a question I ask everybody. I asked Jeannie, how would you describe Prescott Valley UMC, the United Methodist Church, to people who don't know our church?
Well, we all have opportunities to do that, and we have our own way in promoting our church and encouraging people to come and see for themselves. And you can't do it just on one meeting. Obviously, it takes a part to explain what everybody would be doing. But it's a church of love, and we're all participating in our own way to make it work. And that our church is no different. And with the fewer numbers that we have now, it really is important that people step up and help. And so we're not just looking for people to come and hear the word on Sunday morning, but we have a church that is a working church, and that we all work together, and the loving people here is amazing. And I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I've experienced that, and that's why I'm so happy to be here.
So that's how you would describe Prescott Valley UMC to someone who didn't know about our church, that we're loving, that we're a working church, we all work together?
Absolutely, and we'll be a welcoming church too if you
welcoming.
walk in the door. And we have special people that are assigned that every Sunday morning to welcome people and then the people that yourselves out there who welcome people, which is really unusual in a lot of big churches, a lot of churches.
I have to say I'm seeing a trend. I mean, even Jeannie last week said that. I would say describe it like a heart coming together of all of us, the loving nature.
My wife and I personally have participated in a lot of churches over the years because we didn't have opportunities for churches that we were familiar with. And one of the first things we did when we'd moved to a new place, whether it was, no matter where it was, we'd seek it out, and we could tell as strangers the people that really welcomed us, and it's a good feeling when people step up and say hello and welcome strangers to their church service or whatever.
Especially if you're an introvert. Just have to say that. So how would you say you've witnessed or experienced love within this congregation?
Well, every Sunday morning, I can see it, and we all can. We see the faces that we're familiar with. There are not many faces out there this morning, but we do. We're always welcoming, and I have experienced beyond that, really this summer, and I've mentioned this before, that looking back, I can't hardly still make myself believe how loving and caring my home church was, and how they kept track of me and prayed for me and sent cards to me and when I had my surgery this summer. So, I mean, that's something that I felt humbled so much by the love that came from this congregation and this church, even though I was 500 miles away. It's a great feeling. And to come back and meet you again and see you again this year was a one-time only, I hope, experience that I experienced personally that reinforced my desire to be here with you and to celebrate with you and listen to Pastor, and it's just all the things that we do. And this is my home church. And this is where I would not just because of the worship, not just because of who the preacher is, but because of the people that are sitting next to me and that I look at as I sing from the choir.
The church is not a building, it's a people.
Church is not a building, it's not a people. And one of our experiences, not just briefly, is that we have experienced building a church without walls, and it works. You know, it's nice to have a big kitchen and nice to serve fellowship and stuff, but in one of our situations years ago, we actually put a church together in Madrid, Spain. That we started with about 6 people and met in our apartment. And from there, it's the Evangelical Church of Madrid right now.
What a great testimony. Thank you, Elton. Thank you. Can we give Elton a show of celebration? Pleasure. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, because what we do celebrate in stewardship, I'm going to give you a hug if that's all right. What we do celebrate in stewardship is not only the physical things we offer, like our treasures, but also our time, our talents, and our testimony, as what we just heard today about our church family, and the impact that we can have not only on the world around us, but on each other. It's something that's lasting. So during this time of stewardship, this is what we celebrate, that even as we pass around the plate, tangibly collecting our treasures in support of our church, we remember what Elton said. The church is not a building, it's a people, and church can happen without a building, but it also is what makes a church possible, a building, to have service like this on Sunday morning. So I'm going to invite the ushers to guide us through continued reflection upon the impacts of our stewardship with the passing of the plate.